Okay, so we're on our first episode. Welcome to Comedies.
What up? or LolGal, which we'll figure it out.
You're with me, Leigha Something, and Jesska Pizzle, and Liana Taylor, the three greatest women teaming up together, having the greatest show on Earth.
Yes.
Or in the universe.
Yes. Yes, the bestest show, the better show, the show that everyone should be watching.
Everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Women Recording. This is Liana Wordsmithy. Sorry.
No.
So I gotta let it go.
I love it. Are you not going to pay people?
Yep. I'm gonna get thumbnails made for all of our episodes and not pay people. And also, I'm Catholic now. Thank you.
Great.
Oh,
Augie will love that. Augie will love it.
Yes. So we got two Catholics and a Jewish. This is so within the times.
Yes. we're equal now. It's yeah,
we're
very diverse.
I can change. I'm easy swayed. I'll be a Jehovah's Witness any day.
All right. So for today's episode, our first episode, we're going to be talking about the Blossom video that Blossom had made, or an honest conversation had made on Xylie.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the video last night on my live stream, and I was pretty heated about it. What are, in short, what are your thoughts, Jesska Pizzle? Or so let's actually catch up Liana on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened was, anyone watching should already know about the group chat leaks with Nick and Xylie and all of them. And Salvo was teasing bits and pieces of it. And so to get ahead of Salvo, Xylie went ahead and just showcased every single DM since from January of 2022 until now, or 2023 until now. And then part of it was Xylie telling Keemstar not to go on VanLuc's show because VanLuc had Salvo on there. VanLuc took much issue with it. Yeah, she was like, "Wait, Xylie, I thought we weren't talking shit about each other anymore because when VanLuc first started coming into the community, a lot of people were like, VanLuc, Xylie is talking, she talks mad shit about you." And then,
I only heard of VanLuc when Abby Blackbird introduced her, and I know that Xylie and Abby hated each other back then. So
yeah.
Is that where it stems from?
Yeah, well, not so much of Abby and Xylie hating each other, but Xylie, I guess, had issues with VanLuc back in the day from like her T-Channel days, I guess. And a lot of the people there was a time where Xylie messaged me and I thought Xylie was talking about VanLuc when she said, "Watch out." And so Echo of Tragedy last night had gone on to K-Huck's stream and said it publicly that and because I didn't tell anybody publicly that Xylie talked shit about VanLuc to me. And then Echo of Tragedy went on K-Huck stream. So then I was like, well, it's public now. So I was going through our DMs to try to find the screenshot so I could post it. And then I found out when I reread it, Xylie wasn't warning me about VanLuc. Xylie was warning me about somebody in VanLuc's chat. And I was like, oh shit, well, my bad. And so so there's that. And a lot of people that were once friends with Xylie turned on Xylie because of it. Like Leon recently tweeted, he said, "Xylie has as loud as she is about other people and the shit they do should be just as loud when she fuck up. she shouldn't be groveling and saying sorry every day about it. VanLuc, while wording it like she implied she would be suing Xylie, more than likely she isn't suing Xylie. And there was a point where VanLuc, it does look like VanLuc threatened to sue Xylie because, oh, well, you're fucking with my business because you kept Keemstar from going on my show.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, in those DMs is Keemstar was talking mad shit about VanLuc too, but of course nobody has issues with that because it just seems like everyone took issue with Xylie because she was the easier target.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
I spoke with VanLuc this morning in DMs, and because I had personally told her I didn't like that. That's what she said, where it seemed like, oh, you're coming after my bag, so I'm gonna sue you. Xylie clearly took it as a threat to sue Xylie. And I'm not going to sit here and try and dismiss on what Xylie felt or how Xylie should feel about things. But I do want it known that like VanLuc was like, she had told me that she didn't mean to threaten or didn't want to like be construed as threatening her for a lawsuit, that she was just explaining this gatekeeping, it could be potentially getting her from earning her bag, in quotes. So
yeah. It's just I don't know. I just don't like. Everyone can agree that VanLuc has every right to be mad at Xylie. But and that's the thing. Like everyone, like I said, we did a podcast episode about it on Thursday, and like I said on there, I was like, everyone talks shit behind people's backs. But if someone comes to you and is like, "Hey, you talking shit," you have two options. You can either say yes and come clean about it, or you could say no and hope that the truth never comes out. And unfortunately for Xylie, the truth came out. She said no and got caught in a lie. And so that's really all that there is to it. But I don't like that VanLuc is like, VanLuc's very much like, oh, I was done with it. I'm not talking about it anymore. And then, of course, we were talking about it. So she was in chat, which I loved. That was a great show, great episode. But she's still continuing to talk about it. It was like, well, if you're done with it, why aren't you done with it?
yes.
I be over it.
The Clear as Mud episode yesterday, where she called in and went nuts on D-Max. See, I came in halfway through and I re-listened to it yesterday, and I just like, what did D-Max even say that he didn't care, and that's what set her off?
That's what set her off, is that he didn't get like, well, her on her side. So on D-Max's side, it's like technically he doesn't care, but he was like, nobody fucking cares. Get over it. Oh my God, she talks shit about you. And VanLuc was like, bitch, if you don't care, then why the fuck are you talking about it? Which is exactly can be used against VanLuc. Like, if you don't care, why are you still talking about it? It doesn't, like, it shouldn't matter that other people are talking about it if you don't care.
She came swinging at him like he was personally attacking her or something, and I couldn't imagine D-Max doing that. But him dropping the C-bomb on her, holy shit. And like, as you said, she's just milking the fuck out of this. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is just my personal opinion. I don't think Keemstar would have ever gone on her podcast anyway.
Yeah. No, I don't. Like, I think that because all he did was literally just ask, like, who's this VanLuc person? You know what I mean? Like, he never, there was no for sure. And like VanLuc says that it was scheduled, but
in her mind.
And like, does she know for a fact that it was scheduled? Or does she just think that because someone said, yeah, Keemstar's thinking about coming on? And then does she even know for sure that Keemstar was actually thinking? Because when I was like in the DMs, it doesn't actually say, yo, I'm about to go on this show. Tell me about this VanLuc. It's just, who is this VanLuc person? Because he probably got a message from someone saying, hey, maybe you want to go on VanLuc's show. And so he goes to the group chat like, who's this VanLuc person? I don't know who this is. But that doesn't mean like, oh, Keemstar's going to go on. There's plenty of times that Keemstar didn't know who the fuck I was and we've been on shows together multiple times, and he still probably doesn't even know who the fuck I am. So like it doesn't really matter what unless Keemstar told her, hey, here's the time that I'll come on for us to talk. Unless that happened, there's no guarantee that Keemstar was even going to come on. And again, in those DMs, Keemstar talked mad shit about VanLuc in those DMs too, and VanLuc seems to not have an issue. And on her side, I guess it's because, oh well, it's Keemstar, and we weren't, we didn't know each other, and me and Xylie talked, and we knew each other, but I don't know. It just seems like a bunch of
I
nothing.
still think that's a cop out. I still think
Yeah.
Xylie's the easy target here.
Yeah.
How many other messages that were leaked from the other people in the chat that no one's even talking about anymore?
Exactly.
And I guess because Xylie did do the 2 8-hour live streams about it, but so from here, okay, it's done. Shit's happened. Xylie's apologized. Where does Blossom come into this? And do you think there's going to be any more fallout?
So go ahead, Leigha.
So Blossom, I feel like Blossom Blossom had her issues with Xylie like this past year when Blossom made the blanket generalized statement that Xylie hangs out with racist people on the internet. And there were folks like me, I don't know if D-Max was doing this, but Peepaw was doing it too, where specifically we were like demanding who in fact Blossom thinks is racist within commentary. And Blossom and sorta Dead on Dave just kind of swept it under the rug, and they didn't really clarify things. And I feel like Blossom has like this bitterness towards Xylie because all of that happened. And then in the past, before even the racist comment happened, Xylie had gone to Dead on Dave and accused Blossom of doxing and was just like, hey, be careful, she's a doxer, or something along the lines of that. I haven't seen the specific DMs because Blossom didn't show them, but she's made the statement yesterday or the other day on her stream where she was like, well, Xylie had gone to Dead on Dave and implied that I was doxer because of what I was doing on a certain live stream. And the thing that she was doing was that her and her co-host were trying to figure out the identity of an anonymous gossip tea channel, and they were looking up their private info, and they found it, and they were considering posting it on the live stream, and they never did. So Blossom is also bitter because of that as well. And Xylie's conversation with Dead on Dave saying, hey, watch out, like there's this thing of doxing. And Blossom doesn't think she's doxing. Blossom thought it was ridiculous that Xylie thought that, and then Blossom's also morally grandstanding over the IP address getting shown on Xylie's live stream. So
Blossom's just piling on to all the Xylie drama.
Yeah, well, she's just inserting herself into it. I mean, like I know that like she covers this, and so like of course she's gonna cover somebody that she doesn't like. But like the fact that all the people that go after Xylie are like, oh, you're only calling out people that you don't like. Like so you guys do the same thing. Like
exactly.
where are you calling out? Where are you calling out your friends for getting shit wrong? Where are you calling out and they're all supporting each other as if they're not all hypocrites. Like Leon, fucking Blossom and them. They're all doing the same thing. Like there's plenty of times like one of the things is like even like Leon and that, like they're like, wait, you've been knowing this person, you've been friends with Xylie for this long, you didn't know she was like that? And then they want to be like, no, of course I didn't know. Bullshit, you didn't know. Bullshit, you didn't know.
Is Leon not friends with Xylie anymore?
No, he's not.
My fucking God.
Over this. Yes.
So I'm really surprised by that because like Leon kind of acted like he was Xylie's ride or die, and it's just like,
He
oh, it's
he
interesting how
literally
this one thing.
Nah,
Yeah.
fuck him. He's a piece of shit. I hated him. He would call in and yawn like he was better than everyone. He would talk shit to the chat and like act all like self-righteous and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was clearly just using Xylie for another platform to be on. That's all it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the
Sorry.
things that drove me nuts is how he would be like, "Oh, I'm better than everyone," but you're not. But you're
Mhm.
No.
not. Because like even
No.
when the tipster thing happened, like he was all buddy defending tipster until Xylie turned on tipster. Then it became, "Oh, tipster's an asshole. Oh, tipster's this. Oh,
Yeah.
tipster's that." Like, holy shit, he literally does exactly what he claims to hate about everybody else. And like
Exactly.
and then I guess his excuse is, "Oh, well, it's a character. My character is being a self-righteous asshole." Like,
We're
what
not
the
fucking in WWE doing promos on people. Nah, this guy's just a fucking retard. So
Yeah.
like hypocritical and self-righteous. It would drive me nuts. He'd even call into Pause streams eventually and start going on there and going, "Oh," like as if he had anything interesting to say.
Yeah,
Like,
and he
what?
would actually ruin it with his dumb soundboards. I'm like, "Oh my god, can you
I
not?"
I also think it's funny that he's so quick to be like, "Oh, people are parasocial," and he's like the
Yeah.
most parasocial person that
Right?
exists. So it's
Like,
just like, okay,
you can't be
Okay.
parasocial making like a 5 tweet thread about someone. Like, you can't claim to not be parasocial and be making threads and constant tweets about somebody. You kidding me? If you weren't parasocial, you wouldn't give a fuck about somebody else's drama that you are not involved in.
yep,
You're
Okay.
caring about somebody else's shit that has nothing to do with you. Hence, parasocial asshole. You're a parasocial dick. Oh my god,
Well,
Leon, congratulations.
I honestly think, hot take, we're all a little slightly parasocial because of what we do on here. But
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
people like him are just self-entitled pricks and they just don't deserve a platform. And he was just literally like scrounging off her for a place to be a smartass to everyone and
Yeah.
talk down to people.
And
It's like he needed that little ego boost. And I'm
yeah.
glad he's gone. Rest in peace.
It's
Yeah.
just odd that it took like this VanLuc drama for him to like turn his back on Xylie, which is like it's just so interesting. Like out of all the things that you could be upset about, you could be upset about the group chat. Um, you could be upset about the flagging. You pick this VanLuc thing to just be like,
Well,
okay, fuck you,
obviously
Xylie. I have
he
a problem
holds
with you.
Right.
I think with the way he works is he holds certain people to different standards and certain hierarchies. So if it's like, oh, well, I see you not as good as this person, so I'll take the person I deem is more respectable or better and take their side, regardless if it's wrong or not. He seems like a social climber almost.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it comes across.
And it drives me nuts that he like pretends. So like in his like recent thread, he also points out like kind of throws shade at D-Max. Like, you're not gonna sit there and act like you don't care about a drama when when your whole live stream becomes about that drama and you decided to chime in your opinion on it. You're not gonna sit there and pretend like you don't care about a drama, Leon, if you're going on people's fucking channels when they're talking about drama. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. Or you're tweeting about it, or you're talking about it. Like, he doesn't, and like I guess Leia's right, because he is very self-righteous and very much like, or Liana, it's like he is that because he
Yeah.
thinks that when he does it, it's okay, but when everybody else does it,
It's
it's different.
cringe. Yeah. Yeah. So
Um,
going back to Blossom, Liana, what did
yeah.
you want to say? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna mention it seems to be like very it's all the usual suspects are the ones that come out and attack Xylie. Like it's all the same people
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, like the angry slug.
Diva, Slug, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Wait, Diva is Phoenix. Wait, oh my god. Blossom and Diva, weren't they attacking you at one point, Pizzle? Calling you
Yeah.
something about your hair? That made me
Oh
laugh.
no, like so Diva got mad. Well, Diva's always been mad. So Diva started getting mad at me because I pointed to Augie and them to her stream with Stardust, where she was saying that everyone in commentary is this, and like they were talking about Augie and them, and so I pointed it out, and then she got pissed off because Nick paid attention to it. That's really what she got pissed. That's literally Diva's issue. Diva was talking shit, and then I said, "Hey, Diva's talking shit about y'all," and then she got pissed off at me because they were like, "Oh, Diva's talking shit about me." You know what I mean? And then the second thing is I made my video where I said, where
Cody Rants stuff.
Cody Rants stuff. And I was like, Cody Rants and Diva work together to try to take them. They're platformers. They're and they didn't pay attention. They didn't watch the video. They didn't listen to the video. So they thought I was talking facts. They forgot to mention all the times that I said, this is my opinion. This is how I feel. And this is why I think this way. They forgot to mention all that. But Diva's just fucking that. She's literally a diva that doesn't deserve the diva name. But as for Blossom did make a video about me because I made a video about her. There was that Hello Leash drama, and Blossom infiltrated an ex Hello Leash stan community, and then that stan community like churned on her, and then so she made a video about them being stalked, like they were in a cult. Like she literally believes, not just quote unquote cult, no, she believes that these people were a cult. And the reason why she believes they were a cult was because they would be like, yes, king, or yes, queen. That's it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So I made a video about her, and then she got pissy. And we had like a long conversation, like almost 3-hour conversation on Discord privately about it. And she wouldn't back down from it. I was like, it's not a cult. I was like, oh my God. And she wouldn't back down from it. And she still holds on to the fact that she thinks it's a cult. Because she even mentioned it in her recent live stream about Xylie and VanLuc, where she was like, the only people I hate are the people that I said are a cult. And I'm like, bitch, like let it. And she doesn't let anything go. She's like the biggest grudge holder for the stupidest things. Like the stuff that people say about Blossom has no candle to the stuff that Blossom says about people. And yet, when God forbid you say you're wrong, it's not a cult, I think you're crazy for thinking it's a cult. Holy crap.
Racist.
She literally said one of her videos, and she has like the most craziest takes ever. One of her videos, she was saying like, Jessie or Gabby Hanna is jealous of Jessie Smiles because Jessie Smiles was raped, and Gabby Hanna is jealous because Jessie Smiles got raped. And it's like, holy shit, like that. I wouldn't even say anything like that in a joking kind of way. So it's just insane. And then recently I was laughing at one of her thumbnails because it's James Charles, and it's like, what if he was black ... And it's just like, oh my God.
I fucking died.
So speaking of holding on grudges, during this live stream that Blossom had, she revealed that she DM'd Xylie over a few things, and I wanted to see what you thought about it because Riveter gets brought up, Jesska Pizzle. So let me read it real quick.
Okay.
So she sent this DM to Xylie on the 16th, and it was on her own volition. No, Xylie didn't message her or anything. She just decided to send it by herself on her own free will. So she goes, "Hey, Xylie, I initially wasn't going to say anything, but your actions began to stack up, and I feel like your misogynistic hypocrisy needs to be pointed out by someone. Your morality is your own burden that I don't give a damn about, but I'm sick and tired of staying quiet while you support the actions of men that you would have called out if they had been done by a woman. You had a whole lot to say about my karma remark forward Justin Daly and Nick Snyder. It was too far, right? But they almost died, so I went too far, right? But you had nothing to say to your pal Riveter, had jokes about the men that actually died in that submarine incident. Why was that okay, but what I said was wrong? So what do you guys think about that?
I don't know. Like, you're gonna have to read that again.
Yeah, I totally zoned out.
So what she's saying in short is that she is pushing back on Xylie because Xylie didn't agree that. So you know how Dustin Daly and Nick Schneider had a fire and
Uh-huh.
their cats had died, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And she was on a live stream and she was just like, "Oh, did karma get them because they
Mhm.
had the fire and their pets passed away?" And Xylie took issue to it, apparently. I didn't even know Xylie took issue to it. I didn't think it was like a big deal or anything. But
Mhm.
Xylie took issue to it. And then Blossom is saying, well, Peepaw Riveter made jokes about the submarine crashing or imploding.
Oh.
And what do you think about that? Because
No.
how come I went too far, but Peepaw didn't go too far? Why aren't
Okay.
you pushing back on
So,
Peepaw?
like, there's a difference between now. First of all, when it comes to Dustin Daly and Nick Schneider, I I am gonna say it. And I don't give a crap what anybody else thinks. How dare you not get your cats out of there? How
Yeah.
dare you not grab your cats? I don't care. Oh, well, we didn't have cat crates. You know what? It's better that if they got lost in the street than died in a fire, you two. I can't believe that. But aside from that, uh the way that Blossom and her friend, her co-host, were
Mhm.
going on and on and on and on. They weren't just making jokes about the fire. They were literally laughing and then it was completely vindictive, okay? And there's a difference between being vindictive over two like pseudo nobody influencers in the grand scheme of things and
Yeah.
and making a joke along with the rest of fucking Twitter about a bunch of millionaires who got popped in underneath the water. Like there's a completely different, like, the whole world wasn't laughing about people that lost their animals and lost all their possessions and lost, like, this wasn't like a real life something it can happen to anyone event. That
Yeah.
fire is a real life it can happen to anyone event. People aren't going to the fucking Titanic in a submarine every day. That's not a real life anything. It can happen to everyone. That is a completely unique event,
Yeah.
and everybody in the world was laughing about it. Holy crap. Like, that's where the difference is. So why would anyone go after Peepaw for joking along with the rest of the world? Holy crap. But yes, fucking Blossom, when you're going and you're laughing because you have a malicious, vindictive, petty vendetta against these two people, and so you're laughing about their issue and their trauma. Holy crap. Like, you could just be like me and say, why didn't you let the cats get out of the fucking house? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Think about the cats. Holy crap. But
Yeah.
don't sit there and laugh about it. Like, oh, like, that's the thing. Like, she laughed, like, and she wants to be like, well, that's not what we were doing. It doesn't matter if that's your intention. The way it came across is the way it came across, and people are allowed to bitch at you for the way it came across. And if you want to bitch at people for laughing about 5 millionaires at the bottom of the ocean trying to view the Titanic because only they can do that, then fine, you can bitch at it. But oh my God, you're not going to sit there and be like, oh, because I think that what Peepaw did was bad. I think that everyone should think that way too. No, because you don't think that what you did was bad while you were laughing about fucking Nick Snyder and Dustin Daly losing all of their possessions in one night. So no.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
fucked up. And it's you know what, it's just moral grandstanding too against people you
Yeah.
don't like. It's like it's like punching down. And again, like, you're telling me she literally laughed at the fact their cats died in a fire, and this bitch is gonna try and like pull some self-righteous act on people or Xylie. Get fucked, bitch. I
yeah.
don't care if you're Dave's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I always thought it was weird. I think it's weird that it's like Blossom attaching herself to the VanLuc drama, and it's just like, this doesn't even involve you. I don't even know why you're bringing this up. I'm not even sure why you thought it was appropriate to like pull up your DMs with Xylie. I don't know where you thought it was like, oh, if I read this DM, I'm totally going to completely look sane and be reasonable. Like even reading this DM on a live stream makes you look freaking crazy or nuts.
Yeah. No, and it does. And what's funny is, like, now I agree. Like, there was a point where Blossom was like, and I shouldn't have said this, but she said, "Now I don't really care." Like, she basically said, "I don't really care for your opinion." And so Xylie was like, "Okay, well, you don't care." I'm like, "But bye." You know what I mean? End of conversation. But that's the thing. I hate that people do that. They're like, "Oh, I don't care. Oh, I don't care about it." But I still want to know. And I still want to talk about it. And I still want to, I still want to tweet about it. Like, no, if you didn't care, then you wouldn't talk about it. Holy crap. And that could go for D-Max too. Okay. Like D-Max, but D-Max just got fucking frustrated in the middle of it because they didn't want, I was the only person on that stream that wanted to talk about that. And I talked to Xylie for like an hour last night. And I was just like, sorry, girl. But they were in the chat and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And I had a whole plan. My whole plan was initially that because I saw them in chat and I knew that it was part of the vote. And I was like, okay, I hope that and I made a little, like when Gigi read off the topics, I made a little like excited, like, yes, this one, in the live stream because I wanted chat to side with me because I saw them, Rich Lux and VanLuc were in chat. And I was like, this is great. And I was like, Rich Lux got clout. VanLuc's part of the thing, part of the drama. And I was like, I'm going to talk about the story. I don't know the whole thing. So then VanLuc's going to want to come on and tell her side. And my plan was me and VanLuc would go back and forth and talk about it. And I would play, devil's advocate and be middleman. And then the drama would end. It did not go that way. It went so much better than that. Holy crap. I enjoyed every minute of it, but D-Max and people did not in any way, shape, like in our group chat, they were like they really didn't want any of those topics, right? They were like, and none of them, they didn't want any of those topics because they don't like that drama. They want that show. They want Clear as Mud to be like something that they can laugh about. So that's why they usually pick people that we don't have a connection to. You know what I mean? And so they didn't want that because
he literally threw out the reel and baited her in because she was right in there. Like she was on it.
It was so great. It was so great. And it was everything that it was more than I ever hoped it could be, honestly. And it's our highest performing
baited her.
one.
I'm not saying that you baited her intentionally, but she just did it to herself.
Yeah.
So my take on the D-Max VanLuc blood sports was I'm that with that whole thing, like I love VanLuc and I appreciate the heck out of her. I was definitely on D-Max's side when it came to the blood sports because it's that stuff that I have said before where it's like nobody cares, just move on, drop it. This was just a topic on our live stream. So I get where Max is coming from.
Yeah, and I mean I got where he was coming from, but I knew that based on stuff that he's talked about on their Netpeckers episodes, I was like, you can't really say that when everyone told you not to give a shit about other dramas or not to give a shit about what certain people like D-Max and people. You can't tell VanLuc not to care about what Xylie said if you're caring about what people like fucking Slug and Parking Tigers say.
Yeah,
like they ain't got Slug and Parking Tigers ain't got shit on fucking Xylie. Now imagine Xylie talking shit. I could understand it. But Parking Tigers and Slug? No. I don't understand it.
I will admit, like this whole hate boner that Slug has for Xylie is just getting redundant. He's like
he's still doing that.
With the whole IP address, Salvo added the YouTube team and said, "Hey, this is against TOS. I would like the stream taken down." Team YouTube looked at it and they're like, "Hey, this person's not breaking TOS." So it's like
Mhm.
your answer is right there. And the fact that Slug or people from the sector area, they're still making this as if it's a big deal. It's just like, guys, YouTube doesn't even think Xylie broke TOS. So let's calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
Well, it
So
was an IP address of a city. It wasn't a precise location. Also, Salvo wasn't even in. I think it was Florida. Was it
Yeah.
Florida? Anyways, doesn't matter. He probably wasn't even in Florida at the time. Like, who gives a fuck?
yeah.
It's not like it was, I don't know, the kind of thing that Slug would post, like a fucking name, address, and family members' names and addresses. Holy crap.
Mhm.
Jesus
Again,
Christ.
with the fucking moral grandstanding with people
Mhm.
not looking at themselves. Like, look in a
Yes.
fucking mirror, Slug.
Holy
think-
crap.
I think Xylie had the biggest balls in the room, and
Mhm.
when that Tea Party group chat got leaked, she went and walked into the flames herself. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
She's made
Good
this
content.
statement where she's like, if I'm going to be judged, I'm going to be judged on my terms. So she just
Mhm.
read the entire chat. And then
Yep.
we find out from Salvo that he's like, the stuff that he's showing, he's not even showing the full context at all.
Mhm.
So
Of
it's
course
Yeah.
just
not. It's Salvo. Of course
and
not.
it took Xylie reading that for
Yeah.
it. It's just like, oh
And
my
he
God.
lied to me again because he said that they talked about me and they didn't talk about me. And I'm still mad about that. And I will forever maul, cope, and seethe about the fact that I didn't get a single fucking
Ooh.
mention, but you two did. Holy crap.
Acknowledged me. I was like, what?
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah.
get anything. I'm like, up for all the drama and all the lore that I have, I didn't get
Well,
not
you
even
weren't
a
talking enough
smidgen.
shit about Babs, apparently.
I guess.
Actually,
Yeah.
Jesus.
you have been here longer than us, Pizzle.
Yeah. And I
There
didn't
is
get
definitely more
nothing.
lore connected to
There's
you.
way more lore. Holy crap. My lore started in 2020. Like, and then nobody wanted to talk about me. I got
Just
open
Mr.
DMs
Pizzle.
with everyone in that chat, except for maybe I think Mudahar and Wavy and them. But like I got
even my
nobody.
boyfriend was mentioned in there as well. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
No
God.
worries.
Nobody
Horrible.
cares about Jesska Pizzle.
I
and
care.
No.
I care, you
You are
bitch.
This
a
is
lot of the
I'm
community.
here on this podcast so that Liana and Leigha can help me be relevant again because apparently I'm so irrelevant I don't even get mentioned. And like, come on, Nick's in the group chat, and I had drama during that time, big drama. I did my leave the internet thing during that time. Not a fucking peep. Holy crap!
It's not even about being irrelevant, Jess. It's like there's literally nothing going on. So like anything you do is just like, okay.
I know. That's what makes it so sad. I'm not even going to get a Spurgy. I don't even think I'm going to get nominated for a Spurgy this year. It's like,
I think
it's
you
really
will.
sad.
I think
You
you'll
have
get
an
nominated.
opportunity elsewhere. Milltown's doing his own awards.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently, yeah, I saw it. I think I was ahead in one poll, but I don't know what. But like the Milltown Awards is like the Nickelodeon Teens Choice Awards, whereas the Spurgies is like the Emmys. Okay,
Yes,
Yeah.
so true.
I don't want to go. I'm not going to the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards to accept an award. I want to go to the Emmys and accept an award or a present award. I want to go. I want to be on the red carpet, not the purple one. Holy crap!
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, we're going to the Emmys, baby.
Yeah, I want to go to the Emmys, not the fucking Teen Choice Award.
I'll go
Even
to the Kids' Choice Awards, get slimed. Why the fuck not?
All right.
Like, who won a Kids Choice Award that we were? That's oh my god, who was it?
Maybe
Was it-
Drake Bell will be there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. He's into children.
Maybe
so-
we'll be
Isn't
able to
he
get
like
a.
keto?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, apparently. And he like, I watched that thing where he did with like where he made Ariana Grande do like a commercial where she was trying to drink water upside down, and that was just awkward to watch. I didn't like it. It was gross.
Oh my goodness.
You mean
Yeah,
Dan
it's
Schneider?
crazy.
Dan Shaw.
Jen
I
Schneider, the
Oh,
producer.
am I getting
Yeah,
things
the one
people
that used
wrong?
to, like,
You know,
yeah,
once the pedos, they all just kind of blend in together nowadays. It's really hard to
true.
separate their
Yeah.
who they. But yeah, I
Um,
guess. Yeah.
was there anything else that you guys wanted to say? Like, what are your final thoughts on this whole Xylie versus VanLuc, and then
Mhm.
Blossom and Xylie?
So
You
go
go
ahead,
first.
Leon. Okay, so my final thoughts is in regards to uh Blossom versus Xylie. Blossom, look at yourself. Look at what you say about other people. Take a step back and then think about what other people are saying about you before you pass judgment, because you need to pass judgment on yourself prior to passing judgment on others. And
Mhm.
as for the VanLuc and Xylie thing, VanLuc, if you're done with it, be done with it. But you're clearly not done with it yet. You clearly feel some type of way. You're not gonna get. You already technically got your public apology on Twitter. That's it. That should be good enough for you. It shouldn't have to be on a live stream on your channel. You got it. It's on Twitter. That's you literally got what you wanted, and you still took issue, and then you came on the show and said that you had been done with it, but you're not. I'm sorry that I re-triggered your anger over the situation, but drop it. That's my
Liana, what are your thoughts?
Uh, I honestly think that VanLuc is playing the victim here, and she saw an opportunity to make something out of this whole situation. And I also think that her ego was bruised after seeing those messages about what Xylie had said about not going on the stream for Keemstar. I think
Mhm.
her ego was bruised, and I feel like I don't know her very well, but I know that she's been coming at people very aggressively, and I think that's just her ego, or she's trying to, it's either her ego and she's lashing out at people, or it's just she is trying to farm content. I don't get it. I don't think it's a huge deal. I get why she was upset, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? We all
Yeah,
talk shit about everyone. All of us girls have talked shit about each other. Come on.
so true.
Come on.
So true.
Like,
Um,
but like, yeah, like who gives a fuck? And I'm gonna say it again. I'm sorry, VanLuc. I don't have a problem with you. I think you're gorgeous. I don't think Keemstar was ever coming on that podcast to begin with.
yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
go sue her, girl.
so
Get it.
my final thoughts are: Blossom, you're a loser. Get the fuck over it. Just go be happy with your boyfriend. I think you popping in and like poking the commentary bear, and like starting shit and then being like, oh, well, I'm not going to talk about Xylie anymore on my channel. I think it's fucking bullshit. I think your takes are really outrageous. I don't think you really think things through when it comes to your takes. And I think you should just stick to Real Housewives coverage or content and just fuck off. VanLuc, I like you. I also like Xylie. I wish it sucks that this drama had to happen. Um, if I were in VanLuc's shoes and I saw that Xylie was talking shit about me in a group chat, I wouldn't have really cared. I would have been like, okay, everyone talks shit about everyone. I've made live streams about Liana. I've made live streams about Jesska Pizzle. And look, here we are all existing. So it's just like, why can't you do the same? So,
No,
yeah.
actually, fuck you, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
All
Um,
right.
yeah. Well, I think that we've got something going here, and I don't know. What do you guys think?
I
LolGals
love it.
or communities?
Toxic, can you pronounce it? Common enemies for us?
Common
Communities.
enemies.
Common
It sounds
enemies.
like
Yes.
it's literally like of Finding Nemo, where they're trying to pronounce. Wait, I can't think of the word.
An enemy.
An
Personally,
enemy.
I like that one, but now
Mhm.
that I came up with LolGals, I really like that one.
I like
Yeah.
low gals.
Okay,
Yes.
look, guys. Yeah.
Okay, low gals it is.
Yeah. Okay.
The LolGal podcast. We're gonna get sued by Keemstar. He's gonna be like that. Your name is too close. to
No.
our
If we
name."
get sued by Keemstar, we could just do another podcast episode about it.